It's been a rough year for the president, I think, but he's probably going to claim several wins. What do you think his likely wins this year will be?
Well, I think what you just said is true on both counts. It's been a rough year for the president, but also there have been a lot of accomplishments. And he would list more than I'm going to give you right now. But he would say, first and foremost, the economy. He would focus on job growth. The stock market certainly is having one of its best years in decades. So those are real accomplishments. There have been trade deals, the USMCA, which was just passed by the House a couple of weeks ago. Also trade deals with South Korea and Japan. Those are things the president has focused a lot on. Judges is another big thing. President Trump has now gotten 50 federal appeals court judges approved by the Senate. Now, keep in mind, that's only in 3 years. President Obama in 8 years only got 55. So that is a big deal. And obviously, the president has done a lot to solidify his base this year. And then, you have impeachment, so that does balance some things out. But those are some of the big things. I guess the one other one that I would add is obviously the killing of al-Baghdadi, the leader of ISIS. That was a big moment for the president in the White House.
Yeah, and that big celebration for Conan at the White House, the dog who was involved in that raid.
Right.
All right, looking ahead to 2020, obviously the president would like to be reelected. He is not expected to be removed from office. But aside from that, what are some other things that he is hoping to accomplish this year?
Yeah, so the big one would be don't get removed from office, but I think you are right that seems unlikely at this point. I don't think there are very high expectations that there's going to be any sort of legislative victories this year. This is not only a campaign year, but the year is going to start with an impeachment trial of the president and the Senate. That is going to suck up all the oxygen in Washington for at least a month, if not more. And then you go right into campaign season. And we're already seeing the president's campaign basically start scheduling these Keep America Great Again rallies week by week. So the president loves that. He wants to be out on the campaign trail. He is dying for the moment that he has one opponent to run against. So I think we are going basically from impeachment to full-on campaign mode.
Before we let you go, a couple more questions. Do we know what the president's doing for New Year's Eve? I know he's not a drinker, so a little bit of sparkling grape juice, perhaps?
Yeah, he's not a big drinker, so that's probably unlikely. But there is a New Year's Eve party at Mar-a-Lago, which happens every year. Last year, the president was not at it because, if you remember, there was that government shutdown. So he had to cancel his trip down here to Florida, and he was kind of wandering the halls of the White House alone. But there is this party at Mar-a-Lago tonight. This is a big deal down here. The White House being very tight-lipped about the guest list. But it's an expensive party to go to. Last year, if you were a member of Mar-a-Lago, it cost you $650 to get in. If you were a non-member, it was $1,000. So not a cheap night down here in Palm Beach.
No.
Not a cheap night
But I
at
bet you
all.
it's sold out.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's access to the president.
Exactly.
So it's an expensive party, but I guess as access to the leader of the free world goes, it's a bargain. And Ben, while we still have you, one more question. Has the president commented at all about the storming of the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad? We've been covering this breaking news this morning.
Only via a tweet. So far, the president said to tweet out this morning, basically blaming Iran for this, saying that they orchestrated this attack on the embassy, and then very pointedly saying that he expects the Iraqi government to protect the embassy, says that he has put them on notice. It is not clear to us if the president had been fully briefed on the situation before he fired off that tweet, or if this was something he was watching on TV. We have inquiries into the White House, into the National Security Council, but so far nobody has responded.
All right, Ben, thank you very much.